Hi, you're watching Journey with Jordana, helping you take the next step in your journey towards your future. Come on in and take a seat on the counseling couch because we're going to jump right into it. 20 tips to surviving high school. Actually, bump that. We're not just surviving, we want to thrive. Yes. So, 20 tips to thrive in high school. Here we go. Number one, start off well. It is way easier to keep up than it is to catch up. So come in first day of school with all of your school supplies, whatever they said you needed, make sure you have it. Sit in the front row and be ready to go. And I know sitting in the front row seems like a corny thing to do because everyone's like, who wants to be like right up under the teacher's nose? But just sitting in the front row on the first day tells the teacher that you're about it. It tells them just like, that's the kind of student that I am. Like, I'm here to do well. I'm about business. Like, they can immediately tell that. If you want to move back as the semester moves on, go right ahead. But the first day, set that impression that you're serious and you're about it. Plus, usually when you sit in the front row, everyone knows they're like right under the teacher's nose. So your friends aren't going to be as tempted to talk to you, which means you don't have to be the corny one who's like, shh, I'm trying to hear. You can just be like, they won't bother you. Everyone's just going to sit there and pay attention, which is what you want to do, because that first day, you really get a hint about their personality. They're telling you everything that you need to know. Trust me, front row. Number 3, get a planner. Get a planner and write every single thing down. I don't care if the teacher's like, oh, this assignment isn't until 2 weeks later from now, but I'll tell you about that tomorrow. Raise your hand like, I'm sorry, when's that due again? And write that date down. Because what you can do is then you can backtrack and say, okay, it's due on this date, but I have all these other activities going, so I can break up when I'm gonna work on it. It just allows you to be in control as opposed to constantly feeling like everybody else is constantly telling you what to do and your schedule feels out of control. A planner allows you to just plan everything out and be in control of your own life. Also, don't procrastinate. With a planner, you will always be reminded, yes, there is a project coming up. And even if you're not working on it today, just knowing that it's coming, it's like something about it just makes your brain start working on it in a kind of subtle way because you know that it's going to happen. So don't procrastinate. Put it down in the calendar and then plan a way to start working on it. Number 4, stay organized. Whether you do that through a notebook, whether you do that through a binder, get yourself like one of those tiny little staplers, and if they want to give you handouts, staple them to the sheets in your binder, so that way you can keep track of all the things that you need. So when it's time to study for a test, all your materials are there. Get your folders so that you have everything that you need in your folders with all your information. Just find a way to organize things so that when you need to go back and review the information, it's there. And that way also you can lighten your load. So like once you're finished with something you don't need anymore, you can like file it away at home, and that way when it's time for the final you can look at it. But if you don't need to carry it around with you every day, then don't. Number 5, ask as soon as you get lost. Like, you ever sit there in class and then the teacher's talking and you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and it gets to the point where they're like, all right, they get to the end of the section, like, does anybody have any questions? And you're just like, I don't even know what it is that I don't know to be able to ask you to help me because I don't even know what's going on. Like, that's when you feel like really overwhelmed because you can't even ask for help. So as soon as you find yourself in a position where you're like, whoa, what just happened here? I don't know what you're talking about. Raise your hand and ask right away. And if you're not the kind of person who's gonna ask, then all right, fine. Email the teacher, or at the end of class, like, can I talk to you? I got lost here, or when's a good time for me to come back and speak to you because I got a little lost in there. And that way you can just stay on top of it because you don't want it to spiral, because a lot of the content that they give you just stacks on top of each other. And if you don't get that foundation, it's really hard to catch up. And I know it's hard to ask questions sometimes in class because nobody wants to seem like, oh, you're dumb or you don't know what's going on. But trust and believe, if you're lost, there's pretty much somebody else in the room who's also lost. And I mean, you can just find your own little way of saying it. So just raise your hand and be like, so I just want to make sure I got what you said. You said da 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 da. After that, I'm not sure what happens then. Like, did I miss something? Just have your way of doing it. And then also just realize that you can be the smartest person in the room and still have questions. In fact, that's a sign of intelligence. So don't get caught up on whether it's going to make you look dumb or how anybody else is going to feel about it. You're just doing what it is that you need to do. Number 6, don't cut class. Now, I know in college sometimes you can be like, all right, you know what? It's more advantageous for me to actually stay home and do the work than to go to the class because I just need to catch up or get some stuff done. But in high school, it's not like that. If you cut class, you're missing a lot and it's a lot harder to catch up. If you don't go to school for a day, that's like 8 classes you miss, versus in college, you miss like 1-2 classes. So save that for later. Do not cut class, because it's a pain in the neck to catch up. And what you're doing is you're basically hoping that your teacher's organized enough to still have the handouts from the day before and to have all the stuff that you need that you missed. Number 7, find a group of people who are either good at the same subjects you're good at or good at subjects that you're not good at, and form a study group of some kind. So like, if I'm good at English and you're good at math and you're good at science, just get together with a group of friends, because why not? Study smarter, not harder, right? If you have a group of friends who are all good at things, then you can talk to each other when it's time to start studying for something. When it's time for assignments, you can be like, so I got this, did you get that? Like, don't copy your assignments word for word. That wouldn't make sense. You get in trouble. But you can talk about the assignments and you can move through them a lot faster. And if you have a problem with something, you can say, okay, like, how did you do that? And they can explain it to you. And then when they have a problem with something, you can explain it to them. So it's advantageous for everybody in the group, because everybody has something to offer. And you just can move through your work a lot faster. So homework time is not taking up hours and hours of your day. And like, the nice thing is, if you have like lunch in the middle of the day, you can be like, all right, guys, let's come together and let's just talk about the morning classes and just go through everything. That's half of your homework already done. At the end of the afternoon, when you go home, you only have half the homework left, like 4 classes or less to do, because you and your study group met earlier in the day. So that was the academic stuff. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. If you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Join the journey. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.